Well, as mentioned on yesterday's show, Burlington has joined Oakville and Milton to put a burn ban in place for residents. And just because there's been a little bit of rain, that doesn't mean the burn ban is over. That's where we start this week's update with Burlington Mayor Marianne Meed Ward.
So we have issued a ban, like many municipalities have, on open air burning, even if you're in an area where that you're allowed and you have a fire permit. Don't do it. It's not allowed right now. But there is an exception. If you are cooking food, you can still use, charcoal, wood, fire, gas. Barbecue obviously is not the same thing, but that is the one exception, is around cooking food. But really, people be extremely, extremely careful. It is very parched out there. We had a bit of rain yesterday, but it's been a long time that we've not had rain. So be very careful.
Yeah, and Burlington jumped in with there's a whole bunch of municipalities that have done the exact same thing. Oakville and Milton issued statements this week as well. So let's not do the campfires. We can go without the s'mores, or just put them in the oven or something like that.
Microwave.
Yeah, something like that. All right. A few days ago, you issued a public statement in regards to the Sound of Music Festival. Now, this festival has had continual struggles over the past few years. I'm curious as to why you felt the need to issue this statement, and going along with that, what the future now holds for Burlington's signature music event.
Well, a couple of reasons. A lot of people aren't aware that this is run by an independent organization. They assume it's a city event because it happens in Spencer Smith. It's not. So that's helpful information for folks to know that we are separate. Having said that, the city is one of the biggest contributors. In fact, the biggest, if you count the loan and grant that we provide every year. $150,000 grant, $225,000 loan, plus through tourism, they got $25,000 from the municipal accommodation tax. So we're a significant supporter of the festival, and it happens in our park. So, sometimes you can assume that people are going to ask you, what is the city doing? Do you contribute? What's your role? So hopefully the statement helped to clarify all of that. And it started actually as a city, just to add to the confusion, it started as a city marching band parade back in the 80s. So it used to be city run once upon a time. It is no longer that. And of course, I want to see the festival continue. The legacy of supporting local, diverse, international, major, up and coming acts, a free festival for the community, is really worth protecting and preserving. So clearly there will need to be some changes. The status quo is not working. And so we'll leave it to the board, the independent organization, to determine what they want to do with all of this. But they have reached out, of course, for major sponsors to come forward.
And I have reached out to the Sound of Music Festival as well, to hopefully have them on Halton News to get their side of what's going on and what their next steps are to keep this festival going, because I do think it's something that everyone in Burlington would like to keep going. It does bring a lot of energy to the city. All right. Well, that was one topic that we have talked about a few times. The other one, over the past couple months, and looking at your website, it is just littered with posts about competitive swimming and swim clubs. It was the Golden Horseshoe Aquatics Club versus the Burlington Devil Rays. Problem is, none of this was going on in a pool. It was all happening in a boardroom, but now it looks like the adults have come up for some air, and we do have a bit of a solution to this issue. Can you lay this out for me?
Yeah, so the city, as they have done in the past, issued a request for proposals to run competitive swimming. Golden Horseshoe got it because Burlington Aquatic Devil Rays was disqualified for a paperwork issue. And thus, the situation then unfolded. And so council had a number of meetings about this and talked to our staff. And we really encouraged both the clubs to come together with our staff and see if they could, notwithstanding everyone has legal rights and all of that process, what is in the best interest of the community, of the families of the various clubs? Is there a way to share some of the time that's available, and also leverage some of the private pool space we have, like at the YMCA, which is on city property, but run independently. And so that's exactly what happened. So after, you know, a number of weeks of this kind of unfolding in terms of why do we do it this way, I can tell you my personal view is we should never RFP any kind of city facilities, sport service, cultural service at all. We really need to do it this way. Bring potential users together, bring potential organizations together, and have a conversation and negotiate what's fair and best for the community. And that we got there. The staff, this was outside of council's purview, but staff did speak to the organizations and found a way to find some pool hours for, you know, fewer for GHAC and a little bit more for BAD.